Change the view big.
So how are you doing today?
Good. Is it speaker that yes, then you'll be bigger and I'll be
Speaker
smaller.
or gallery, whichever.
I want to look at you, not at myself.
Okay. Oh, you look pretty. Why do you say that?
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I mean, we don't need anything to make us more self-conscious in this
Oh,
life, do we?
I understand. Transplant, the final episode is next week here in the US. What was it like for you joining the cast halfway through the series?
I mean, it was a gift as an actor because my character comes in to this world where she doesn't know anybody and is replacing somebody who was very loved and experienced and so I thought it was a perfect scenario.
Yeah, you shake things up.
Yes.
It occurred to me that you're Canadian playing in
Mhm.
America in Canada in a Canadian show that's airing in the US.
Yes, I know.
It's kind of funny.
It's funny, but in a way I'm kind of the perfect person for it because I'm a Canadian who's living in the US. So
Right, right. So you're
yeah,
used to all that.
I understand both worlds. I've been living here long enough that I have a good sense of it. And my character is from California, and a good part of my family is from California. So I grew up going summers, winters, going to see all my cousins in California. So it was
Oh,
good.
that's nice. Yeah. Especially winters up in Canada. Yeah.
Can we go to San Francisco and visit on? Yeah.
I'm from San Diego originally, so
Oh, nice.
I know it well.
Mm.
So did you feel welcomed right away, or did it take a while to feel like you were one of the gang?
I mean, I definitely was welcomed, but it also takes a while to feel like one of the gang. And then in a way, I kind of like never feel like one of the gang because I'm playing the boss,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah. They're all talking behind your back about everything you're doing wrong, right?
Yeah, and it's kind of funny because you forget that she's a doctor too, right? She's not just some administrator that doesn't know what she's doing.
Yeah.
Um, even though they call her Dr. Davy all the time, it's just still.
Yeah. Because I'm not in the trenches with them
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah. Now you've been in so many shows that I watched and loved, especially sci-fi and fantasy, from Battlestar Galactica to Smallville to Star Trek, Roswell, New Mexico. So,
Right.
um,
But a bunch of things.
yeah, lots of stuff. So when you're out and about, what series do people most recognize you from?
Um, for a long time it was Battlestar Galactica, and that's still for sure a thing.
Mhm.
And then quite a few Star Trek, but nowadays I'm getting more Yellow Jackets.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. And then your character, Dr. Davy, has had quite a journey this season. Can you talk to us about that? In season three.
Yes. Yeah, they're ahead in Canada. Yeah, it's as a natural born idealist, I know I relate to where she began her journey from in season 3, especially as an American woman, where there's, no universal health care, going up to a country where, you have sort of an idealized vision of what it's going to be like and what you can accomplish in a new land. And then, you're confronted with, I think she's really confronted with the reality of how flawed the system is. Still better than a lot of things happening in the US,
Right.
but comes with its own issues. And then the sort of, you know, unfortunately universal, certainly in North America, but I think all over the world, issues of the patriarchy and the systems that have long been in place, which are really strong in the medical
Mhm.
community, women, and especially women of color, not being afforded the same voice. So, she's met with that reality and the difficulties that come along with universal health care, not having the skill set to kind of know how to deal with them. But thankfully, because she doesn't know how to deal with them because she hasn't been in that system, means that she has an advantage of being able to see things differently and having more of a different viewpoint,
Mhm.
because that's what change requires.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And I love that one line. It was something like, "It's not quite the universal healthcare utopia you thought it was."
Yeah. Yeah, that puts it in a real nutshell.
And will we see you in season 4 as well?
Yes.
Good, good. And will we get to see more of your character's family life or learn more about her personally?
A little bit. I think it's hard to remember what else is going on, but I think it's more about what's happening in the hospital, and
Mhm.
certainly the lives of the other characters that, the fan base has gotten, more time to fall in love with those people, those wonderful people. Yeah, so more glimpses into their worlds as well, which is
Right.
lovely. Yeah.
Oh, I would have thought that after season 3, when Bashir went over to I can't remember the name of the country he went over to. He was over there,
Yeah.
and he had to deal with a lot of bureaucracy and things. I would think that he would have more sympathy for her after that and be more have more things in common.
Yeah, good point.
He should, right? So, do you go to many science fiction conventions and run into your old castmates from Battlestar and other sci-fi shows you've done?
I certainly have. I haven't done as many lately since the pandemic and
Right.
everything. I've done a few, but yeah, there have been a lot over the years, and I do love doing them, and I love hanging out with my old castmates. And honestly, it's like, it's not theater, it's
Mhm,
television that we're doing. You don't get that immediate feedback that you would
mhm.
from a live performance. So
Sure.
I feel like in a way the fan conventions really make up for that. We really get to connect and,
Mhm.
talk to people. They get to talk to you. You have the conversations about the storytelling, which is what we're all here for, right?
It must be hard to with all the shows you've been in to remember when if they ask you specific questions about show you did 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah, for sure.
So is there anything else that you want to tell us about the transplant season finale coming up? Anything you could share? I saw it, but
Right. I mean, I would say that things get pretty intense, right?
mhm.
And things get like, there's a bit of a speed that builds up to the season 3 finale, which is pretty exciting, I found. Did you?
Yeah, I thought the last 3 episodes had like in the last one that aired here that was when I can't my memory is bad, but the nurse doctor woman Tori got
Yes.
stabbed, and
Yes.
then there was I want to say a fire type of explosion type of thing that happened in so yeah, there's something every episode. Certainly it's been
Yeah.
exciting. I
The
thought the ending kind of
Grant.
at the very end, it just kind of ended. I'm like, what? I wanted more. But I'm glad there's a
Good.
season 4.
It's supposed to leave you wanting more, right?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So, are you working on anything new that you can tell us about, or?
Yes, I am working on something new, but I can't tell you about it
Oh,
yet.
and is Yellow Jackets over, or are you still on that, or?
I'm not on that anymore,
Oh,
no.
okay. Okay,
Yeah.
I haven't watched the whole thing, so.
Okay.
I know it's really good. It's really intense. I watched a lot of the first season when I was on the interview for the actresses, and then I was like, oh, I don't know if I can keep watching this show
Right.
when
It's
it's
really,
so,
yeah, it's dark, but it's fun.
it is. It's hard not it's you want to watch a show where it's got such great performances, amazing cast, and good writing, but sometimes I'm just like, I have to be in the right mood for it. It's like
Yeah. Sometimes I come back to things where I'm like, I know this is well done, but I just can't take it right now. I'm gonna
exactly.
put a pin in it.
Yeah, there's a lot of shows like that. I felt that way about Sons of Anarchy, and I used to interview the people from there. I'm like, oh, I have to watch this again. And it was really good. It's just so violent and intense. And I was like,
Yeah, I didn't even try that one. I just I
it's
was
got a
scared.
really good cast.
It
And
really was, yeah.
amazing acting in there, especially can't think of her name, but the woman that used to star in Married with Children. Um,
Oh,
yeah, she's really good at that. Really, really.
okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
Cool.
so thank you for talking to me today. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing season 4 and whatever else you're doing, because I know you'll pop up on my TV screen again.
Thank you so much, Suzanne.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.